So I'm not feeling very good today. I had a flat tire a couple of weeks ago, and I was convinced that I was going to be on Big Brother, so I didn't bother changing it. Waited weeks and weeks and weeks, and after about 3 weeks, I gave up and I decided to get a new tire. Got it changed last Thursday, and on Tuesday, I don't know what happened, but I went into a shop, I came out, and there was this big chunk of glass sticking out of it, and the same tire has broken. Within less than a week, I have to go and change the tire again. I've got two bikes, but just something like that just really, really pisses you off, to have to change a tire wheel twice in a week. Um, and oh yeah, and all the other stuff that's going on that I'm seeing. No, the main reason why I'm depressed is because I never ever thought I would have a 10-year wait. Never ever ever thought it would be 10 years. But at the back of my mind, 10 years probably was the longest possibility because of the Atonement Feast. It's supposed to last for 10 days, and um, maybe they got confused and they thought it was lasting 10 years. Never thought that was actually going to be the truth, but at the back of my mind, I was worried. That was one of the main reasons in the studio for that why I was worried, because I knew that I didn't have enough money to not work for 10 years. So I was worried, but turned out that it is 10 years. But the thing is, it's waited 10 years. Okay, it's actually 10 and a half years, and it's the fall coming up. And well, this is the fall. Okay, nothing happened in the fall, but it's still in the fall, I guess. So Halloween is my favorite day, so I'm assuming that maybe something could happen then. I'm a week away from this day, and I'm seeing loads of signs in the music videos, but I've seen these signs for months now, and I know that the thing that is getting me to see these signs kind of just wants to cause me misery, because if I feel misery, this misery that I'm causing is going to be spread throughout the whole world, and it's going to help with the overall agenda, which is population reduction, I believe. And that is the reason why this is happening to me. And this is the reason why there's no point of me going into the stocks and market share. Why? Because I feel like the voice in my head, or me, the me that I speak to in my head, is only going to make me think that something's a good investment, and it's not going to be good for me, because I think this me, the voice in my head, wants me to be poor and to not have a good life. And yes, I know that's the truth. So but yeah, it does make me think about the stock markets. If my higher self lives inside of all people and doesn't like certain people, do you think that my higher self could be encouraging or motivating people to invest in certain stocks knowing that they're going to fail or lose? It's a horrible thought if you lost all your money through that. But then again, there's also things, people, where they seem to do really well in stocks and shares, and then suddenly it all turns and they lose everything. And yeah, I don't know. But if money is in stocks and shares is as easy as that, then I think my higher self would easily be able to change the direction of people, which is kind of actually a nice thought, because it might mean that my higher self has some sort of power over um, who does well in it and stuff. If someone's doing well, though that doesn't necessarily mean that my higher self does like you, because maybe you're just better at doing something, and she wants you to be rich so you can go off and do an agenda. Problem is, right now I feel like part of her agenda is causing me misery. And therefore I feel like she's deliberately helping people that are causing me misery, and that's making me want to attack the people that are doing it. And I do agree with it, and I do feel that way. And if they're feeling threatened by me, good, because they're threatening me. That's how I feel. I feel like Britney's done so much to just piss me off and annoy me. And if she thinks that my higher self is going to kill her soon, well, good. That's how I feel most of the world wants me. So it's like, whatever. Um, uh, you know, um, and yeah, I'm feeling depressed though, because it's like, well, what happens if nothing happens? Then I feel like I've lost all hope that something is going to happen. And then I think, death isn't death's not that bad. I feel like even if this world turns into just like, if this world is my baby and this world dies, I feel like, yeah, it's a miscarriage, but there are some pregnancies that go so badly wrong that if you lose your baby, you know, you might actually just be glad, well, I'm glad I've survived it, you know. And I feel like that's how I feel with this world. If this whole world dies, including me, and I wake up in the other realm where I belong, and you know, and it turns out that this world is just gone, I wouldn't be so upset, because I would think about all the pain that it caused me, and all the pain that people cause each other as well, and all the misery here, and I'll just be like, well, it's probably for the best. That's how I'd feel. And I think if a mother was going through a really bad pregnancy, and the child was in great distress, not just great distress, but in long term, and you know, if there was just problems throughout the whole pregnancy, and if the baby was going to turn out to be all deformed and stuff like that, and then the child dies, you know, there are some pregnancies where the mother has actually been like, well, I don't really want a, you know, extremely disabled child. And that's kind of how I feel about this world. Like, it's just so sick that I've given up on it. But yeah, if something happens in Halloween, then I'm not happy at all. But at least I'll be glad that it's over. But if something doesn't happen, then I'll just be like, well, is anything going to happen? There's no indication of there being an 11-year tribulation. There's nothing like that. And I know Jesus is supposed to be born on Christmas Day, but I'm not Jesus. That's not who I am. Jesus is just the world and the people in it. And if the birth happens then you know, I need to be on TV before then. And yeah, I don't know, but the possibility that nothing's going to happen again for like the millionth time is very annoying and depressing. And the thought that people have known for the last 10 years what I'm going through, and every time I've date setted, you know, they would have seen me get excited or see all the reasons why it was going to end on that date, and then they would have seen me fail and then just constantly do that for 10 years. And to think that no one is sending any kind of message to tell me that actually it's not going to happen, that don't get your hopes up, you know. I've got friends who tell me, no, don't get my hopes up, but they don't believe anything that I'm saying, and that's not getting my hopes up. That's just making me feel like they don't know me, which is sad, but it's the truth, and that's more depressing. But I think I keep getting heart pain, and I'm hoping that if nothing happens, then I think the plan is for me to get a heart attack and die. I don't want to commit suicide. I'd much rather my higher self do it, because then I'd feel like it's meant to be. If I have a brain tumor, or if I get those, have a heart attack or something, you know, just know that it's exactly what I want. And everything that I've been planning, I've been weighing, and you didn't set it up, you didn't help me achieve it, you didn't do nothing, and I'm just going to turn against those people, you know. Problem is, there are a lot of people here watching the news about Israel and stuff, and yeah, I think if I went on to Big Brother, said that I was Christ, and those people, I would love those people to say what they think. You know, if I went on to Big Brother and I started saying that I'm Christ, I'm God, you know, how would all the people in Israel and Gaza, you know, how would they think? Would they see me as their Messiah? Would they think that I could be their mother? Would they believe me? Would they want to help me? Would they think that I deserve to be punished for saying what I'm saying? You know, I think a lot of those people are actually hating God because of the suffering that they're going through. And I think they would actually love to hurt me if they thought that I was God, or even if they thought I wasn't. I feel like, but at the same time, I feel like maybe that needs to happen, because, um, you know, a lot of people think they like God, or think that God's on their side, and well, I think the best way to tell them that they're not on my side is to actually say, you know, I'm God. Are you on my side? Let them make the decision. Let them say all the reasons why I'm not God. You know, let them give their honest opinions. And then when you show them the evidence and proof, well, they'll look back at their own response, their own thoughts, and, you know, I didn't make them say all those things. I didn't get them to say whatever they said. And I think if they saw that, then they would know why God hates people, because how they responded to me is the truth about how they feel about God. And yeah, don't know how they would respond if they knew that the reason why things like this are happening is because there's too many people here. They probably wouldn't believe me if I did tell them that. And they'd probably just be like, "Oh, it's our planet, not yours," or something like that. But I don't know. Something is the reason why you're alive, and that same something wants to take your life. Should you really hate it for just taking back something that is given you?